All right, so this is that it turns out it's a 56 Chevy half-ton shortbox step side as identified by my buddy Jeff, and we'll do a quick walk around on it. I didn't quite get time to do one yesterday because we had things to do, but you can see over the headlight the rust and damage in there, which is pretty typical for these years. The bullet hole probably belonged to some outlaw, some cool dude. There's a couple of emblem holes here and on the other side as well. We're thinking maybe a V8 emblem. I'm not 100% sure. It's got this rust up here, which I'm not a big fan of. Jeff assures me it's nothing to worry about.
No, it's nothing to worry about, but
So,
it's very typical on the truck.
it's very typical on these trucks. Same as down here. This is pretty typical as well. They do make a patch panel for this. They make a patch panel for that. I don't know if they make a patch panel for this, but Jeff assures me we can take a square body hood and make something work.
Sure.
Sure. Coming around front, we got a pretty good bumper on here. We got a spot to hook Jeff's dog up to. We got a pretty good grill. I think it's a pretty good grill. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good grill. Under the hood here, which we have no hood that you know of yet, you can see that we've got this has been cut.
The rad support.
The rad support, and then these crossbars are also gone. And Jeff surmises that somebody was probably pulling out the motor and tranny, and it was easier just to cut that, make room, blah blah blah. And I think Jeff came up with a good idea: just leave it until after the new motor and tranny are in. And take advantage of the room we have right now. Can always put this in afterwards. Short of that, most of the wiring's here. I think anyway, from what I can see. But you know, you want to change that up anyway. It's pretty rusted, crusty, and whatnot.
Light missing.
Yeah, we got the park lamps missing there. Those are pretty cheap to replace. This headlight's got the same kind of messed up area as the last one. This fender's pretty typical of the other one, as a matter of fact. Same rust up here. Jeff assures me it's not a big deal. We got those same two holes there. This is a Chevrolet 1300. That means it's Canadian. The Americans would be 3100, but it's a half ton regardless. The bottom of the fender, same thing as the other side. And these rockers, the guy may as well plan on replacing those. I think they're 45 bucks a piece. Missing our mirror, and the roof is surprisingly in good shape. Oh, let me just grab this bowl off of. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the dog doesn't take the bowl.
The dog won't take the bowl that way. So anyway, that's lag bolted to the top of the truck. Let's see here, my doors. Looks pretty good on this side. And of course, we don't know what's in it for mud. Let's take a look on this side. I don't know, looks pretty good, eh, Jeff?
Yeah, looks like it may need some hinge pins.
It definitely needs a hinge pin, you're right. No rot down there. That bottom hinge is shot.
So serial number with the 6.
Serial number is a 6, yeah. So that's your giveaway that it's 56. We'll come back to the interior after. When you see the front of the box here is kind of pushed out a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see inside there it's pretty tight to the cab. And down here we got pretty typical rust on the wheel wells, and the box side is not great there.
Got a homemade spare tire.
Yeah, we got a nice homemade spare tire carrier there. I think I'll likely end up just getting rid of the spare tire carrier altogether. The only spare tire on this truck will be me. Yeah, it's a good one. There's our hood. Still has the chrome emblem up front, so that's kind of nice to have. It's one of the reasons I wanted this truck, is because it was so complete, minus the drivetrain, but I don't really care about the drivetrain, so I wouldn't keep it anyway. What do we got back here? So we got this nice bumper. Jeff's been trying to buy it off me, but I think I'm gonna, yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, we'll see. Tailgate, man, she's rough. Salvageable, I don't know. We'll see. Just somebody's already tried to salvage it once, at least. But it's there. That's the good thing, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're missing stuff, that sucks.
Yeah.
So the plate, according to the plate, it was last on the road in 1979. But hold that thought. Looks like that's a fresh scrape. Probably Jeff drooling over it, maybe. Not quite.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably not.
It's got some. I don't
Probably
know
when they pulled it out of the woods.
I don't know if these holes are original.
Yeah.
They had something there.
I don't know what that's all about.
The tail lights from the factory usually mount from the.
Yeah,
from the
you're
box,
right. What about on this side?
Oh, tail light bracket is there.
And something is mounted there. So maybe aftermarket tail lights.
Maybe it's a mud flap, and maybe somebody put a mud flap on
Maybe
there.
somebody had to wire in some turn signals. Who knows? This side, same. Second verse, same as the first, as far as the rear fender goes.
Pretty overall good shape.
I agree. The top of that's in nice shape.
Corner.
Cab corner shot, of course. Up here where we are, we're in Alberta, Canada. It's expected that you would need cab corners, rockers, and body mounts. All right, the inside of this door looks pretty good too.
The step is a little rusty.
Yeah, step will need to be replaced, but that's not a big deal. Hinges on this side are good. And we'll come back to that heater after. That door closes nice. Over top the windshield is a soft spot on these trucks, but not on this one. This one's good. And this windshield, believe it or not, it's got a couple chips in it, but no cracks. So I might actually want to see if I can save that. Let's take a look at the interior. So inside, Jeff, you were saying that's the fancy...
That's the deluxe heater.
The deluxe heater. How do you like that?
And mostly it's a Canadian version.
Oh, look at that. So we got the defroster on off there. What are these, just vents, I take it, eh?
For the vents on the side. Usually they're seized over time.
We got some cigarettes in there. What's this going to be here?
I think that's going to be for the heater fan,
So we
or
got
the
our
wipers.
lights. Choke maybe. But yeah, we got full gauges up here. Gas, oil, amps, and temp. We're showing 56,000 miles on it. I don't know about this radio. It does not look factory. Kind of neat. Over top of the windshield, she looks pretty good. Over top of the doors look pretty good.
Not sure about the mirror.
Not
It
sure.
could be. It could be factory.
It could be factory. It does look like it could have been just slapped on there too, for sure.
Because it hangs down quite well.
What about this lag bolt here, holding the dog bowl on? There's one of our poppies. Remembrance Day to remember our fallen soldiers.
And he's got the battery hold down that usually goes missing.
Battery hold down. We have the camp stove.
And the dome light, the plastic usually shrinks and falls out and breaks. And
What we did find in here though was this newspaper, and it's actually dated 2003. So it doesn't mean this thing was last on the road in 2003. I highly doubt that. but somebody was looking at it in 2003. I also found a, oh, what do you got there?
Shelter logic.
Shelter.
Maybe he had it in a shelter for a while too.
Yeah, that could be. That would explain why it's in as good a condition as it is. There's our tank back there.
And a mouse house.
And a mouse house. I'm grateful the mice didn't decide to live up top. They kept it to the bottom. And I'm also grateful that that tank has a gas cap on it. We'll see if it paid off when we get there. That's pretty much where we are. We have, well, we got our turn signal up here. Signal stat. Okay. And steering wheel. It's pretty complete. I did pay up for this thing a little bit. Jeff actually, turns out, made an offer on the same truck.
Yeah, I made a lower offer to see if how the guy would be with it, and Ron paid him more.
Yeah, as it turns out, I didn't know Jeff had made a deposit. Because if you know Jeff, you know he has a lot of trucks. Last thing you'd think is he needs another truck. But
yeah. I don't need any more trucks, but I thought it was a great deal if the guy, wondering what the guy would let it go for.
Yeah, and you were kind of looking at it for parts too, for your own.
Like, to me, in the pictures, the parts look really good in the pictures. So.
So there we have it. That's the 1956 Chevy Shortbox stepside. This one actually won't see the shortcut probably till this fall. We want to get that 63 done and out of there before this comes home. And in the meantime, it'll stay here with Jeff. Jeff will take good care of it.
Yeah, it might, look different when you get back.
Might be missing a few parts, is what he's saying. That's okay. Who knows? He might restore it while I'm away. You never know.
So yeah, but I think it's a great truck myself.
I think it's got good bones. I think we can build something out of it. So anyway, if you hung around this long and think about subscribing and sticking around, we could use you. All right, thanks. Goodbye to the people, Jeff.
Yeah, see you later.